What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
And Katie.
Welcome to Fort Myers, Florida. We are in the outskirts right now. We're in Estero in the suburbs, and we're gonna drive into Fort Myers. Now it's 11 o'clock at night. We started our day off in Miami, and we live in Bradenton, so quite the freaking day that we've had in front of us. Mm-hmm. It's 11 to 13 p.m. It means we've already had a full day.
We just ate this taco and tequila.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 tacos.
Now, I hope you guys appreciate what we're doing on this video because we're tired. We're tired. Like, we literally had to think about, can we do this at this point? But we decided to do this for you guys. Now, I know the camera angle looks like it's a little bit like facing more up than usual. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I think I can make it better. I'm not sure.
I saw something new here.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking around, because we walk around places sometimes, and we got lost and found a Pelican Larry's barbecue joint where they're playing club music.
Did they have like a teen night on the weekends or something? Is that what it is? Like
I don't know.
Oh no. The windshield was nice and clean and it did that. Now it was dirty.
Oh.
Sorry about the camera. This mount, they don't last. We're gonna have to order more of these mounts. So really, like that. Well, let's get this figured out because it was nice and
I can
clear.
order it. It's not a problem. It's like, it's not a problem.
So if you're watching this video and you were excited about this video from Fort Myers, be thankful because, boy, I tell you, me and Katie are both
tired,
exhausted, and we're still. Instead of getting on 75 and going home, we're gonna drive through Fort Myers for you guys because.
When we stayed, the bed was really hard, so I didn't sleep very well.
Yeah, the hotel wasn't the best bed.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It didn't make my back hurt as much as usual. Mm-hmm. So I think there might have been a silver lining to the hard bed. We're gonna have to order a new mount. These mounts don't last.
Yeah.
They're so crappy. We buy them by the bundle.
Yeah.
They don't last, and this one's already on its last leg.
That's our last one that we bought 2 years ago.
Yeah. So we're in Estero right now. Katie, tell them about tacos and tequila.
Well, I had 3 tacos, and we had a large guacamole that we split. Because I like guacamole.
And the original one is Naples, or is there? It's not the original.
I think it's Naples.
I think the one in Naples might be the original one.
Yeah, I had 3 tacos. It was something about a barbecue taco. One was a corn. It just had like corn and sauces and stuff like that. It didn't have any meat. And the other one, it was like it was called South American. It was good. Yeah, I had 3 tacos and guacamole, and I drank water with it. Yeah.
I had their fajita, asada fajita.
Yeah. Yeah, she saw his plate when he was done because he'll just eat the meat out of it because he won't touch a vegetable with a 10-foot pole very often.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, he didn't eat the peppers on the fajita thing. She's looking at him like, "Are you done?" And he's like, "Yeah."
So Estero's like a nice suburb. So we're driving into town now, basically from the south.
Yeah.
We're heading west right now. We get to Fort Myers, we're heading north. Estero, Florida used to be nothing, but now it's kind of like a suburb of Fort Myers, between Naples and Fort Myers. Ridiculous cost to live here, but a very nice area nonetheless. No beaches. You gotta go north to Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Or south to Bonita.
There used to be nothing out here in Estero.
Yeah. When they first built like the first things out here, we would come from Naples to here.
Yeah.
Like we used to have remember we were like not even in our 20s or something, like 18 years old, 19, and we would come out here when they were first building this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
With our friends and our BMWs and Benzes and Lexuses and just just come out here for friends and enjoy.
Yeah. The only place I went in high school is the place by Bonita, the Coconut Point. Yeah. I'd go to the movies there sometimes.
It's 11 o'clock and there's like nobody out here. There were some kids at the...
They were all in that barbecue club joint.
Hang on. Like a dry
barbecue
bar.
Yeah.
Call it dry because they're none of them are old enough to drink yet. I mean, I wouldn't call it a teen night because they're older than that. But then they're like not old enough to drink yet. So it's like a dry night.
I don't think it was teen night.
No, it's not a teen night because they're adults.
Mm-hmm.
This is the train tracks right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of area where you'd see like a raccoon or a possum on the road.
Coming up to the Walmart.
Yes, so now we're gonna go to St. Carlos Park. Now, St. Carlos Park, kind of undesirable area. I don't know if the prices on lots have came down. People were paying $100,000 for a quarter acre in St. Carlos.
Yeah.
Now you do have access to city sewage, so that kind of
makes it a little higher.
It's kind of an offsets the price there.
Yeah.
Not sure if you pay for utilities, okay?
Yeah. I never had any interest in living in San Carlos Park.
Never did.
But, teach their own. Some people do.
I got family and friends that live here, but
yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's not my...
If I had to, I would. It's not a place you dream about living. It's a place you end up.
It's just not my cup of tea. I'll say that.
It's gotten kind of violent with the student situation. It's kind of become like a bedroom community.
Yeah.
Look, did they just change the light bulbs here? They changed the light bulbs. Look.
Yeah.
Well, I saw in Naples where Dad lives. They're changing the light bulbs. This looks really well lit.
Yeah.
It's kind of used to be like a dark stretch of road.
Yeah,
I love the lights.
Very dark.
Now, this is in Pasco County in US 19.
Yeah. It needed it. It really did.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, but it creates safety, and I think, with pedestrians and people commuting to work in the morning, and I think it needs, the safety's important.
Yeah. Can't put a price on safety.
Yeah, this looks so fancy out here. Fort Myers used to be a dump. I mean, like, people don't realize that, like, Fort Myers used to be like an Arcadia or a LaBelle. It's a place you would be like, ugh. And now they're like, I moved to Fort Myers. We're retired in Fort Myers. It's like, really?
Yeah.
We hoped we didn't end up in Fort Myers growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I lived in Fort Myers when I was in high school.
Like, we hoped we didn't end up in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And all these kids, like, they think it's cool to live here. And okay, so
that dumb video game.
like, where did this all start?
Yeah.
It's like.
It's like your hometown, so it's like, how is this cool type thing?
I'm glad that it grew and it didn't, because it didn't. I'm glad it's a good thing happening, not a bad. I'm not, But on today's video, we're also going to go into a pretty rough neighborhood. In fact, the neighborhood we've covered many times in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And recently there was a homicide in that neighborhood, so
yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. I don't know how Fort Myers is cool. It's like, it used to be the coolest thing you could do is go to Bell Tower or Edison Mall, which are both...
Somebody who lives in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
Look at this road. Look at these palm trees. Beaches. Warm weather. No snow. Like,
the beaches is far from here.
Yeah, but they're still here.
Yeah.
So recently, I've been looking at analytics for the cities with the highest life expectancies, and one of the lists has Fort Myers metro area as the 4th highest life expectancy in the country.
Yeah.
When it comes to like safety and crime analytics and analytics about geography in general and demographics, it all comes down to one simple analytic, and this is what a lot of people don't get. There are some analytics that just break down everything else. Life expectancy, for example, is one of those analytics that just says it all. I just opened up a list on... did I send it to you? I did.
You showed it to me, but you didn't send it to me.
Right, so the places with the highest life expectancy in the country. Number 1, Honolulu, Hawaii. Now that makes sense. You're on an island. You're in a big city on an island, so that would, like life expectancy. You think about car accidents, health, obesity, cancer, homicide, every incarceration plays a role in life expectancy. Crime plays a role. DUIs play a role. Like every crime analytic is eventually portrayed by the evergreen notion that life expectancy is an analytic that just tells all. These are the places that have the highest life expectancy. These are the places that are the best places to live. When you combine all the other analytics, it all comes down to a person that dies young is bad. If a person lives long, it's good. So the places with and I agree with this. Like I could have guessed this, by the way. I could have guessed this. But the places with the lowest life expectancy. Number 1, Jackson, Mississippi. Number 2, Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Number 3, Montgomery, Alabama. Number 4, Mobile, Alabama. Actually, Mobile was number 2, actually.
Yeah.
Jackson, Mobile, Birmingham, Montgomery at number 4. Then comes Beaumont, Texas. Not surprised that's on the list.
Yeah. Beaumont is Beaumont.
Springfield, Missouri is on the list from there on. Those are the worst. Chattanooga and Knoxville are on the list of the worst. Okay? Why are they so high on the list, right? Okay. Overdose rates. A lot of people are overdosing. So, their overdoses are so bad that it contributes to... Remember the Goodwill? Man, memory lane right here, guys. We're just we're on the southern outskirts of Fort Myers now, so we're getting there.
There was a furniture store like right around here where I got the first furniture for the house. That was like right before I met you.
Cool. Greatest thing that ever happened in my life.
Yeah.
So after that, let's talk. Yeah, we got the worst. Jackson, Mobile, Birmingham, Montgomery, Beaumont, Texas. Does that surprise you? Little Rock, Arkansas is on that list as well. Any surprises there? Now, highest life expectancies. San Francisco, number 1. Honolulu, number 2. San Jose, number 3. Any surprises there?
Nope.
You'd expect it. Fort Myers, number 4. Now, these lists don't... There's not a lot of there's some concordance among these lists, and there's some disagreement. So, these aren't like really round numbers. You can just say, pinpoint exactly this number. It's kind of like a, collective number, but whatever, you get the idea. Among the places where people live the most, Denver, Colorado, San Jose, California, San Francisco, San Diego. Number 10 is Northport, Sarasota. Fort Myers is number 4 on one list. No surprises. I mean, those are probably the best places to live. So, what is the best place to live? People are always like, where's the best place to live? If a place has a really good life expectancy, it's probably the best place to live. So, Fort Lauderdale is up pretty high on one list with Miami. You get the idea. I'm not surprised by those. I mean, I've never been to Honolulu. Connecticut's actually a surprise to me that's on the list. But they have high incomes and all the other things you'd expect. So, kind of, maybe not.
My grandparents had been to Hawaii, and they really liked it, but then they liked this. Yeah.
It's nice living on
They're like, this is kind of like it, so let's settle for this, I guess. I think they just needed the weather change. They would have wanted that, but they didn't do that.
I like how well lit Fort Myers is at night.
But I don't know where in Hawaii they went, though.
I mean, there's video games based on this area.
Yeah, that is, like, bizarre.
Bizarre. Roblox. I think they suspect that GTA 6 is going to be based out of here, too.
Yeah. And it's just, like, that whole, like, GTA 6 and whatever, you know, like the place where you grow up, and it's not even like a cool place. It's just a place.
To you, it is.
Yeah.
But to a lot of people,
and imagine if it actually is that
the best place. Well, that's the thing. I think the problem, though, yeah, I think
we've already got enough morons from the Roblox like causing trouble here, thinking they're in the video game.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen if GTA comes out here?
It's gonna get bad.
It's gonna get horrible.
I'm not gonna lie. If this ends up on GTA, it's gonna get bad because whatever you're doing in that game, they're gonna. Well, you saw with Roblox.
I know.
You saw with Roblox people doing exactly the same thing. And by the way, in Bonita Springs, the Bonita Springs Police Department in Roblox is actually Fort Myers City Police, which makes no sense. But instead of having Bonita Springs Lee County Police, they have City of Fort Myers Police in Bonita.
Yeah,
there's some discrepancy. It's not exact, but I mean, come on. I mean, like you start the Roblox video game at the intersection of Bonita Beach Road where it turns north in Hickory. So that's where the game starts.
Yeah.
It's weird that the place where you grew up is in a video game.
Yeah.
And now if GTA 6 comes out, and they haven't said it's supposed to be super secret, right? But if GTA 6 comes out and this is in there,
oh my gosh.
Whatever crimes they're doing, missions they're doing in that game, there's somebody who's going to come here and try to recreate it. It's going to be a nightmare.
It's not just like one or two of these people. It's going to be a lot of them.
There's your bell tower, young Fort Myers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got in trouble. I almost got in trouble there once.
Okay, it was bad. I think all kids do bad things here.
Yeah.
I think it's part of being a kid. There's limits to how bad of a thing you can do. There's some things that you're like, okay, you're not just a bad kid, you're a little demon at this point now.
No, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like the worst thing I could have done.
So up there where you see those police lights, we're in a neighborhood. We're gonna be in a neighborhood called Pine Manor. It used to be called Crime Manor. I think it's gonna be Crime Murder at this point. Crime Murder. It's gonna have to upgrade from. It went from Crime Manor to Crime Major, and I think now it's gonna be Crime Murder or something. I don't know what they're gonna call this neighborhood now, but this area is plagued with crime. The Lee County Sheriff Marcino said that this area would no longer be called Pine Manor on his watch. And
Crime Manor.
Crime Manor, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Crime Manor. This is no longer going to be called Crime Manor. So I said, what are you going to call it? Crime Major? Because it's not Manor anymore. It's Major now. And I think now we can call it Crime Murder. Cops over here, cops over there. What the crap? Look at this crap.
You have to put lights on to pump gas?
Yeah, there might be they do this now. They have to roll with their lights on now in Florida. In some places in Florida, they have to roll with their lights on now. Let's see what the scene is over here. Sheriff, these are the county. So just so you guys understand, with this situation, you know, the Lee County Sheriff came out and he said, "Hey, we can't have this anymore. You know, we're gonna call this. We're not gonna have our neighborhood called Crime Manor. You know, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it better. We're gonna start by getting rid of the illegals." And I was like, they're the only ones working.
Yeah.
Like, let's get rid of the only people in this neighborhood that actually go to work.
Yeah.
And, they scared off all the illegals. And they were the only ones working in the whole neighborhood. And,
so now everybody has a bunch of time.
And then there's vacancies so their gangster buddies can move in.
Yeah.
So you went from bad to worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost there, guys. We're just across the street from Crime Manor. So you went from bad to worse.
Yeah.
How many cops do you need?
Exactly what my thought was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it went from bad to worse with the idea was that the illegals are causing the crime. And when I saw that, I was like, no, they're the only ones actually going to work in the whole neighborhood. So we're almost to Crime Manor, guys. It starts right here behind this McDonald's.
Yeah.
A little bit further ahead. We're almost there. So they went on this like immigration raid. This was like way before the current administration. This was like during SB 1718. They went after this whole neighborhood, evicted all the people who got ran out that were working, and like left the void behind, and then like gangsters moved in, and now it went from like being known for crime to being known for murders.
Yeah.
The young man that was lost, 30 years old. The perpetrator knew the victim type of scenario. It's in here, right? Back in here.
Yeah, Pine. Why don't we just leave with the Pine instead of Crime Manor? Let's give it dignity, and we'll call it Pine M.
Pine murder.
Yeah, Pine murder.
Or murder crime.
Yeah, they're pining it.
They're mining the crime.
They're pining it like you desire it. Pine. It makes perfect sense. You're pining it.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen, this young man is 30 years old.
Yeah.
He knew the person that hurt him. 30 years old. I mean, that's younger than us.
Yeah.
And then there's a video on social media of the person who did it standing over the victim, because somebody actually put it on social media. That's a crazy thing about it. Like, the other thing that the family has to deal with isn't just the fact that it happened, but then that they put it on typical Fort Myers style. Everything is about social media. Somebody just went away for the rest of their life, and somebody's lost. And these clowns this is a social media stunt. Drop it on social media. And there's been a lot of videos circulating about this last event here, because the neighborhood's already known for crime. We've had videos walking around here. Look at the garbage pile. See, that's what they're doing. They're evicting people. First in Palm. What was this, Palm? So we'll swing around the block. So this is First and Palm right here. So this is where the homicide happened, right here on the street, right in this intersection. And there's actually a video on social media circulating of the person who perpetrated the crime standing over the victim. This is on social media. Guys, it's crazy. And this is Fort Myers for you. There's Second and Palm. This is where it happened. And this was like, about a week ago, I think? Victim is 30 years old. Today's garbage day. Look at all the garbage cans out. That should just give you an idea of the population density of this neighborhood. Look at the number of garbage cans. Look at how many work trucks. Everybody here is undocumented. Look how many work trucks you look everywhere. So they ran out the good, hard-working people, and the neighborhood went from bad to worse. And now it's terrible. I mean, crap, you already got a homicide. Do you know how high the homicide rate is for an area? Well, what's up? Can you look up the population of Crime Manor? Look up the population. Let's get a homicide rate for this place with one homicide. We did a video walking around this whole area here, what, a month or two ago? Not even?
3,900?
3,900. Okay, so do this. Divide 100,000 by 3,900. What number do you get?
25.
Okay, the homicide rate for this area is 25 per 100,000. That's higher than Chicago. Higher than Chicago. You're more likely to get whacked here in this neighborhood than you are in Chicago.
Was that the only one this year?
That I'm aware of. I mean, wouldn't surprise me if they had another 2 or 3 at the rate things are going.
And that would make it probably worse than other places.
Yeah.
That's like
people getting evicted.
Yeah.
The whole people getting evicted. The undocumented people getting deported or leaving voluntarily.
Yeah.
This is as dangerous as Chicago. One homicide makes this neighborhood as dangerous as Chicago by homicide rate. It's 11:38. Let's drive to the rest of the city and get out of here.
Yeah.
But, Fort Myers, it's just, you force all the poor people into these areas, and then you got rid of the undocumented people, and that left behind a void, and who do you think moves in? Scumbags. You think a normal person is gonna move into a neighborhood like this? Absolutely not. Who moved in here? Homeless, gang members, people with criminal records. Like, nobody decent's gonna move in here. It's like if you open up a vacancy at the bottom of the pits, it's gonna get filled in by people that just got out of jail, people with criminal records. There's the police right there. Pointless either way. But they keep harassing people here. They want to make it seem like it's the undocumented people who are doing the crime, but in reality, it's the American citizens that are committing the crimes here, because the undocumented people they just want to go to work. That's all they're doing. They're just trying to get to work.
Yep. You're talking like second, third generations here.
Yeah, no, these are people that are from here.
Yep.
These are people from here. And then, what do? Police profile the life out of these neighborhoods. Scare away the working class people. And it's still a crap hole. It doesn't matter how much they patrol it, how much. This is the bottom of the only way that this area will ever get better is if you have good opportunities for people in Fort Myers, and you don't. And as a metropolitan area, you have one of the highest life expectancies in the country. So overall, it's not a bad area overall, but you have pockets of bad like anywhere else. And the core of Fort Myers, the urban core, is still a very heavy crime rate area. Police profiling is a huge problem for the regular people, because unfortunately that's one of the few tools they apparently have to keep their community safe. I mean, I got tired of it. It's a mess. Like I said, Fort Myers, as a metropolitan area, as a whole, you have one of the highest life expectancies in the country. And that's a great analytic to have, and that reflects everything else. It reflects homicide rates. It reflects, all deaths in general. But you also have to consider that people who have a lot of money move down here. Now, sometimes there's a analytical distortion with for example, so South Fort Myers has one of the highest life expectancies in the country, right? Okay, but the people that move to Fort Myers from somewhere else with a lot of money to retire, which are a significant percentage of the population, have a high life expectancy. Somebody that's from here doesn't have a life expectancy that's that high. You smell that?
Yeah.
Where it's from. So you got to understand, for example, San Francisco has a really high life expectancy.
Very chemically.
Their population hasn't been growing with Nobody retires in San Francisco, right? Right, Katie? Nobody retiring in San Francisco. Right? In fact, most older people are moving out of San Francisco.
They're going to like Arizona.
Right. So for a place like San Francisco to have a real high life expectancy, it's kind of like, wow, or San Jose or San Diego, they got a high life expectancy, but I was just thinking even on the road.
The same thing I was thinking.
Gosh.
Wow.
Pass it. Seems like it's like they stole it and like they're about to go hit a lick or something in it. That's not an everyday running car. That's somebody's grandma's missing right about now. That thing's on the road. But get it. People moved to here. This was the fastest growing metropolitan area. And a lot of people that were moving here were retired. Other cops here too. These are Fort Myers City cops.
Yeah.
2 of them. Yeah. Now you're in Fort Myers City limits over here.
Yeah.
Wow. Heavy police presence.
Well, they had to.
This is like the Roblox video game. Fort Myers speeding in front of a racetrack. This is like the Roblox. They're like, these guys are in a video game and they don't even know it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is.
Oh, they probably know it at this point.
They are in a video game and they don't know it. Let's see if we can get here. They're in a video game and they don't know it. This is my cover photo right here.
Yeah.
That's my cover photo right there. It's like Roblox 101 right there. They got 2 of them. Dang. two of them.
Check.
They're like in a video game and they don't know it.
Yeah.
They're looking at the evidence.
Yeah. Ow.
I wonder if you can get Fort Myers PD body cam footage.
Probably.
I know for Lee County you can't get it. Straighten out the camera and go. It's hilarious that they don't even know like this is the scene from a video game.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at the evidence from an arrest. They got a cell phone. They got to figure something out about the cell phone. That's hilarious. It's like the start of the Roblox video game right there. Fort Myers PD freaking racetrack.
Oh my god.
And they don't even know they're in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to be the cover photo. Any Roblox fan, when they see that cover photo, they're gonna click on it like, wow, that's the real life deal. Like yeah, they really based this whole video game off of like this area. It's weird.
It is so weird being
It's
from
awkward.
here.
It really is.
Yeah.
What happened to the homeless camp that used to pop up over here? Remember where this used to be a La Granja right here?
Yeah.
Man, right here, right here somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere around here. I think it was the building where the appliances for lessons.
One of these buildings used to be a La Granja.
Yeah.
We just had La Granja in Kendall.
Yeah.
I'm like out of breath. Are you out of breath?
Kind of.
So out of breath.
Yeah. I smelled a weird smell and then my breathing got weird.
Yeah. It smelled like Freon from an air conditioner.
Yeah.
I'm like choking. Somewhere around here there used to be La Granja. And well, I think it might have been here. Somewhere around here. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was a shame that we lost that. It might have been right there.
Yeah. Where the cyclery is.
It was somewhere around here.
It was like a red building. I know that.
Yeah. So sometimes homeless people hang out here. There was a homeless person that got hit by a car right here, not like about a year or two ago.
They were camping there, like ostentatiously, but it got shut down.
Yeah, this is a wide open homeless camp right here.
But it got shut down within a week.
Yeah, it lasted longer than that. There's a wide open homeless camp right here. I don't know if they're still here or not. Like 3 or 4 years ago, that was probably the first homeless camp video we ever did.
Yeah.
It was right there where the cops were trying to shut down the huge camp that popped up. That was like before we were on the homelessness on a big scale.
Yeah.
But we just ate at La Granja. La Granja is a Peruvian restaurant. There used to be all over the state of Florida. Most have had to close.
City Trends has been there for like 30 years. I wouldn't know.
Advance America, what a nightmare. Ooh. You think our life is difficult now? Remember those days?
What?
Advance America. That was when we were really screwed.
Oh yeah, and we finally got out of that.
Yeah, if we can get through that, we can get through anything.
Yeah.
Freaking scumbag.
But I think coming back here tonight has really opened our eyes again.
Yeah, we just needed to refresh and regather ourselves.
Get to the next chapter.
What's it like in New York City? Blah, 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 blah. Gas station right here, the cops at this one. Homeless person right there. That's one. This gas station always has homeless people. I guess they've arrested most of their homeless people. There's like, you barely see them anymore. Or they're out there just hiding way out into the suburbs now.
There's a hospital.
Yeah.
I went there once.
Bad
Odd
memories.
experience.
I have so many bad memories of that hospital.
Yeah. I went to a concert by myself when I was 17 and ended up with like pneumonia. Yeah, and had to get an ambulance from the concert there.
Look, they had to put up a camera,
Yeah.
you know, a camera trailer at the park.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's because
That's where they had the homeless. Yeah.
Yeah. So this park right here on the
Yeah.
left, they have a trailer, and the trailer has like a police guard station with cameras.
Yeah.
So it's like a police for homeless people right there. There's still homeless people there. Look, there's still homeless people right there. And the cops at this gas station. You catch the homeless guy sleeping on the bench. There's still a homeless camp there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That park, they had to put up one of those because people go there and they fight. They're supposed to play basketball. They go fight.
Last concert I ever went to.
Yeah, me, I'm not spending money on taking you to concerts. The last thing you need is to be around other hoodlums like yourself.
Yeah. Well, I was at the front.
Is this an abandoned Walgreens?
Yeah. CVS by the structure.
Abandoned
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah, they took out the sign. It says CVS there, but it don't say CVS on the side. Oh, it just says CVS in the front.
It's probably homeless, rotten, and abandoned.
It looks freshly painted.
Yeah. But if they don't have signs up, it's probably abandoned.
Sometimes on the side they don't, but they
It
have
says
it on the
CVS
front.
on the back, so that they're still CVS.
Yeah.
For my baby. For my baby. Look,
Yeah.
they have to roll down the shutters at night.
Yeah.
And they'll still break these top windows. Is that a homeless camp right there? Or is it just a pile of garbage?
Oh, you never know nowadays.
Pile of garbage. So look,
No, there's someone sleeping on the bench over there.
is there?
Yeah.
Someone sleeping over here. Look, you see them?
Yep.
So I can see maybe 2 homeless people here.
Yeah.
Is that a homeless person by the building as well or no?
I think so.
There's
It
one
looks
right
like
by the
someone in a
bench.
sleeping bag
Yeah,
with a
someone's
phone.
sleeping bag. So
You can see them holding their phone over their face.
So there's 2 people there.
Yeah.
And then at the park, you notice how they put the police trailer with the cameras? So they've had to put like a police trailer there with cameras. Because like, they can't have a permanent police officer there, so they put a trailer. And the trailer has like cameras that are solar powered, and then they can watch the cameras from somewhere else. So, good old fuck my baby.
Yeah.
Fuck my baby. For my baby. For my baby. For my baby. Well, this neighborhood will no longer be called Pine Manor or Crime Manor. It will be called Crime Murder now. So, you know, like to make those type of statements.
Yeah.
That guy's racist too, the Lee County Sheriff. You know, he said he wasn't going to allow Lehigh to turn into Hialeah. How nasty and racist of him to say that. And the Cuban people, they're okay with it. They're okay. They'll put up with that type of disrespect. You know? This guy's not sober. He's just like wobbling across the road.
Half of them came to Cuba and like.
You know, like the guy. How does that guy get away with that statement, bro? And you know, how does that guy get away with saying something that racist about Cubans? And all the Cubans here, they're okay with it. Like, how does that even happen, bro? We're not gonna let Lehigh turn into Hialeah. Really, bro? Let's
the safest city.
Okay, Hialeah's homicide rate is like a quarter of Lehigh's. What analytic does Lehigh have that's better than Hialeah? If Lehigh doesn't even have Hialeah has city sewage and city septic and sewage, city sewage and city water for the whole city. Does Lehigh have that?
No.
No. Hialeah has a homicide of 4 per 100,000 below the national average. By the way, only 2 other cities with over 200,000 people in the whole country have a lower homicide rate. Exceptional. Does Lehigh have that?
No.
What does Lehigh have that's better than Hialeah? Bro, you don't even have restaurants in Lehigh. You have food trucks. You don't even have restaurants. I think they just now got a Starbucks. And it's a completely racist comment because if analytically Hialeah was worse, it would make sense, but it's not analytical.
The only thing Lehigh has that Hialeah doesn't is vacant land.
Vacant land, yeah, because nobody wants to move there.
Yeah.
Homeless person hanging over a garbage can. You caught that?
Yep.
2 people sleeping over here in front of this building. You see that? Oh no, it's just a bush. I'm sorry. Hey, you just see homeless people. Sometimes, like, you just see a bush and that's a homeless person. No, it's a bush. George Bush.
You remember this is Wednesday night. This isn't even.
Yeah. I did a video here like 2 months ago. I got 36,000 views. Wednesday night's dead. Wednesday night in Sarasota, this late will be popping off. Yeah, this ain't none compared to Sarasota. This late right now in Sarasota, there'll be Ubers lined up picking up people drinking and stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. After seeing Tampa and Miami, where we're at right now ain't that bad.
No.
This is like totally dead. 1 Uber waiting. I wonder if that's her real hair. That's long.
Weave.
Weave. Talking about we were just in Hialeah. Had a great time. What do you think about the food in Hialeah?
I like the food in Hialeah.
We ate with $40. With $40, we ate.
I had palomilla. I had a beautiful salad, and I also got boniato.
Boniato.
Yeah, I got the white sweet potato too. Really
Boniato. Say it correctly.
Boniato.
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 There you go.
Well, I had boniato.
You're still saying it wrong. It's aggravating. Boniato, mija.
Boniato.
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 No, bonia, not boniato. Bonia. Why are you saying it so weird?
Boniato.
We're getting road rage by a motorcycle. I got all day. Boniato.
Boniato.
Why do you say boniato? It's not ñato, okay?
Boniato.
It's not the. It's the normal N. There's no. It's not the N with the apostrophe on top. It's just
Boniato.
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 Okay, you're saying the N like it's that little apostrophe thing on top of it.
Bonato.
Boniato.
Boniato.
There you go. Just like in English.
Okay,
Boniato.
boniato.
Not boniato. You're still saying it wrong, dude. Boniato.
Boniato.
It's just like in English.
Boniato.
No, that's not English. Why are you trying to say it like it's French now? Boniato.
Boniato.
Okay, there's boniato would be one word. You're trying to say boniato. It's not boniato. It's boniato.
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 There you go, boniato.
Yeah.
Okay, you know bonita? Bonito. No, that's not it. Huh, okay, I'm trying to help you here. I'm not a good Spanish teacher.
Yeah, I want to learn Spanish so I can spite a bunch of racists.
I'm gonna move you to Hialeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I will move there just to spite a bunch of racists. Like, I literally don't care. I mean, it's not.
You should like move to Hialeah and talk about how great the Cubans treat you. how good the Cuban people treat me.
I don't want to go to Hialeah. I want to go to Candle.
Cantaloupe? Candor? Yeah, like Candor.
Candle. I like Candle. They were so nice to me in Candle. They were also nice to me in Hialeah. But I really liked Candle.
Yeah. Yeah, Hialeah people, they just mind their own. It's so high population density.
Yeah.
That people just really avoid, like...
No, I was treated very nicely in the restaurant in Hialeah. I will say that.
Yeah, no, that's really right.
I feel like they have their
I think what happens
too low, and then I feel bad.
You know, I think what the problem is, and why they're so nice to us in Hialeah, I think they think we're like rich white tourists or something. So they're like, oh, like these people might have money. They see how fat we are, and like that you're a white, so they just automatically assume that we have money. So this motorcycle's road raging me. I'm not going to speed limit. There's a lot of cops around here. So this guy is like, literally 5 feet from the back of my truck bed.
Yeah.
It's 30, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going.
Yeah.
There's cops all through here.
I was really sad at like the tip proportions. Like you shouldn't be tipping that low.
He's road raging us.
Yeah.
He's about 5 feet from the back of our bumper. If I had stepped on the brakes right now, he'd be going flying through my windshield, my back window. It's 35. We're gonna go 35 because there's cops all through here. You know, he get a chance to pass us now. He's gonna go passing us. He's gonna fly on the right. Watch. You know, flying on the right. Why are you mad, dude? Why are you mad? I'm not.
Is he having diarrhea?
I don't know what his issue is. He was like 5 feet from the back of my... He's not gonna rush me, dude. Like, you're not gonna rush me. I'm in a giant truck. You're in a motorcycle. Who do you think's gonna win that one?
He ain't too far up ahead, so...
I got... You get a red light, he'll be right next to you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. He could have passed me if he's in a rush. I'm not, you know, like... I'm not gonna speak because he wants me to.
Yeah.
You don't control how fast... You don't pay my car insurance, buddy. Motorcycles, you're not even allowed to insure it. Last time I checked, you can't even insure a motorcycle in Florida. I think, right?
No, you can have motorcycle insurance. There's certain scooters you can't, but
I think you can't insure a motorcycle. Look it up.
You can insure a motorcycle.
No, they don't want to insure you because you can insure it for other people, but not for yourself. Like the propensity for you to get hurt on a motorcycle is so high that insurance companies won't insure it. So the state doesn't require it because no insurance company will insure it. Hey, look, they put up new palm trees. Look, baby, new palm trees. Look, they installed new palm trees.
Oh,
that's
nice.
cool. Yeah, the hurricane destroyed.
Yes, you can get motorcycle insurance in Florida.
So all these businesses. This used to be the Latin neighborhood and the Latino area, and all these areas here have all gone to crap. Like a lot of businesses have closed. There was a murder here recently, right here on the left. There's another murder over here recently.
Yeah.
It was like a bar fight type of thing.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't come over here.
All these restaurants closed. Look, they put a bunch of new palm trees in. So the hurricane destroyed a lot of the palm trees, so they're putting in new palm trees. They're trying to re-beautify this area. But, I mean, the reality is that they destroyed this whole area. I mean, this was all vibrant businesses here. All this would be full of people outside. A cool night like tonight, everything closed. Everybody ran out of business.
Yeah.
This is going to become like a Baton Rouge where everything's boarded up because of the immigration rate. So it's like Fort Myers has suffered so much from immigration rates that like the city council was trying to fight back on police enforcement of immigration arrests because the state of Florida requires it now for everybody, and they could have lost their jobs over it, and they were like, we're not doing it, but with reason, because I feel like with SB 1718 practically the only place where they implemented SB 1718 was in Fort Myers, and it was disastrous.
Yep.
I mean, it was just disastrous. I mean, look at this place. It's a ghost town. 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. Look at this. Nobody out here. This place here, you guys remember 3 years ago when we used to do our live streams out here?
It was fun.
This place was bumping. Now there's like gang graffiti everywhere, and all the businesses are closed. Like, it's depressing. Let's pull up in back here real quick. There's been homicides in all the areas that used to be Latinos have had homicides. So
there's only one food truck open, and it's that one.
Dead.
Yeah.
This used to be so lively. 12 o'clock at night. on a Wednesday, you'd come out here, it'd be food trucks, people playing music. People are probably scared to be out here now.
Mm-hmm.
They ruined the vibe.
Yeah.
And this was before the current administration. Like, this was SB 1718.
They just closed.
Crushed the city's economy to the point that the city council was like, "We're not doing this again. We just went through SB 1718. You destroyed." It's just like on a sensor.
Something odd is going on over there.
What's going on?
Like someone's running back and forth through the thing.
Where at?
In there, the food truck.
I don't know. No, you're seeing.
No. Someone is running back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What's up with this light, dude?
Mm-hmm.
I think this light's on a sensor. We haven't tripped it.
No.
If I knew I was gonna be here for half an hour, I would have not turned.
Yeah.
So the city council fought back with the state, and they're like, "Hey, we're not implementing this law because they went through SB 7. They only implemented SB 1718 here, and they're like, dude, this is destroyed." It was a county that destroyed the city.
See, someone's running around.
I think they're just working, Katie.
Yeah.
So, the county and the state came in and did all that, and then the city was like, bro, we lost all this revenue, all these businesses closed, all these neighborhoods are now like at the borderline of becoming Baton Rouge, and now with this, administration level stuff, the state of Florida is doing it again, and the city of Fort Myers is like, yo, we can't do this anymore. Like, there's not been nothing left to our city. Rents dropped $600 in Fort Myers in the last little bit. Mm-hmm. Literally, rents have dropped $600.
Mm-hmm.
For a 2-bedroom, 2-bath luxury, they've dropped $600.
That's a trooper.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Now the state troopers are doing it, but the city of Fort Myers, they didn't want to train their cops to do it. They're like, no, we ain't doing this crap, man. Like, we've already.
Yeah.
How much more do you want us to suffer?
Yeah. That one's.
There's only one food truck left here.
Yeah.
Remember when we did the live streams here and there'd be 500-600 people hanging out?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was different.
Yeah.
That's all gone. Let's see what gangs are marking the territory now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what gangs are claiming this area now. They got crossed out. The other gang crossed out this gang.
Yeah.
So the 502 crossed out. Let's see what we got here. MD S13. So the 502s are crossing out the 13s. That's interesting. So the 502s are the Guatemalans. And by the way, that's the same handwriting as the one that was here before. So it's F Norteños. It's S13. So 239 all day. Mayans. So the Mayans are crossing out the Southerners. But then they crossed out the Norteño part. So the Mayans are allied with the Norteños here. All day, para vida. So the Guatemalans are crossing out the Mexican graffiti. Interesting. So you have gang warfare right now going on in the city then? Because, go figure, this gang here. Yeah, they crossed it out. So the Guatemalans are beefing with the 13s. Crazy. Because, that's crazy right there, dude. You got gangs beefing and stuff now. Well, it's clear. And, you got gangs beefing. You got shootings and murders. Like, what the crap? Let's see if they've marked over here as well. That's crazy. I didn't know they were beefing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
would say this one makes good sandia. The sandia.
Yeah.
Pineapple. And pineapple.
They got good juices in this one.
Yeah, too bad
I'm
it
not
closed.
feeling that. We should probably get the crap out of here.
Yeah.
What a sad place this has become.
Yeah. You see, the gas station isn't just closed; they got shutters on it.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for crap out here. There used to be a food truck. Oh, it's still there.
It's still there.
It's not. It's closed. So it's not.
Yeah. No, they shut it down early.
Popeye.
Popeye.
We'll be home tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Miami trip was exhausting.
Yeah. Every trip, it doesn't matter how many days it is, you come back exhausted.
We did a lot, though.
Uh-huh.
We did a lot.
Yeah.
We gotta start working on more and more videos.
Yeah.
Trying to grow our algorithm like longer. This taco place is pretty good, but they close early.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that taco place, like if you go there, they don't really like treat you that good. Like they don't like that they get ticked that you're not.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they get ticked that you're not like Guatemalan or something.
Mm-hmm. The other ones are really nice.
Yeah, the other ones are really nice, but that one like they don't like if you're not like.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that one doesn't like you if you go there. Like they don't know like what nationality you are.
Yeah.
What's up with this grocery store? We ever done a video on there?
I think maybe like around that hurricane where we're here.
Yeah, we were there for the hurricane.
Yeah.
We never got inside of it, have
Yeah.
we?
Oh, they want to have our grocery video for the month.
And when you do our grocery shopping?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a real tight budget. We don't have any money. Look,
Okay.
the cops are driving around with the lights on. Oh no, they have at this basketball court. They put up another camera too. So now they have to at both basketball courts. They have to have cameras like the little.
Yeah. No, the only thing is
I will say, like you know, to be fair, there are some visible crime reduction. Like the homeless population's less. The homicides are up, so
that's always something.
Yeah. You know, the county population grew, and I feel like the people that move here lower the homicide rate.
Yeah.
But if you were just to look at these neighborhoods by themselves, like the old boundaries, I don't think the homicide rates are actually that.
Yeah.
Like, about the same. It's not as bad as 2012 when the whole Lake Boy thing was going on.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Right here, they killed a rapper 5150 Sosa got killed right here. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think crazy. So many homicides and murders have happened all through here. Alright guys, that's full now, baby.
Yeah.
We'll stop at exactly at 1 hour. You guys just got to see 1 hour. It's just like a trailer park here. They sell trailers. That's pretty cool.
They sell trailers.
That's awesome. Those are the streets of Fort Myers, guys. You guys just got an hour tour of the streets of Fort Myers at night. Not too many people vagrant, but then again, with the police presence being so heavy, people got to be real discreet to step outside these days because the police is everywhere. It wouldn't make too much sense to be out and about right now.